It's time.
I know it. It's that time. It's that funky time, right?
It's time for the new sports.
Pull down
it's the
mic.
sports and guys and sweating and grunting and chasing some tail, running down the field with hurdles and jumping and fun. Yeah.
She's super bad.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's a different show.
Thank you, Ahmad.
Well,
Thank you.
I told him.
See, thank you.
See, super bad.
Right.
That's
Thank you.
right. It is super.
Yeah, thank you, Ahmad. Thank you very much. Hey, check it out. It's time to go into sports because you know what? When you're in the middle of the week, it's hard because you don't have basketball yet. And baseball has no personality, so I'm not going to even follow it right now.
Why you want to talk about baseball
No.
like that, man?
But you know what? We're on the stage of play. And on the stage of play, you have to present something so people can get drawn in about it. You just can't talk stats all day long. I mean, you can go get that for your own sheer enjoyment. Look, quarterback Michael Vick, I knew this was going to be a story when I saw that, Andy Reid made the decision to go, I got to start him. Now, you remember, Mario,
he had no choice in this.
Right.
Well, in other words, they paid the doctor to the table. No, I'm just kidding.
No way. No.
But Cobb is hurt.
What?
He had a concussion by the new NFL guidelines. I think they want you to be sure.
So you're saying this move was because remember they already cleared him.
Oh wait, no. I thought they had no. First, is this? In other words, you saying he reversed himself?
Yes, because
I haven't heard this.
Wait a minute. Andy said he was performing out of this world. Had to put him in. Wasn't whether he was
I didn't know
ready.
this, Vic.
Yeah,
You
that's
beat
what-
Vic.
Okay.
Vic, you
It's
beat
already-
me on an item. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He reversed, and I was watching TV
Yeah, I know
yesterday.
that. Yeah, I know it came out before then.
So he reversed himself.
He reversed himself. That's what the whole subject is about. That he reversed himself. There was a poll. The poll said significantly 80% of the people said yes, we would choose Vic. So what they're talking about is this man has always stayed true to the course. And when he said he's starting, Cobb is starting next Sunday, everybody said, that's it. All of a sudden he reversed it. And they're saying, what's the reason for reversing it when you're not, that's not the makeup of who you are, and it may come to bite you because why? Cobb is your quarterback for the future. So now you know what everybody else already knows. Now, here's the...
Well, to tell you the truth, I never have really agreed with some of that stuff. In other words, to me, the best players play. I've never understood this like, when you come back, you need to, it depends how, in other words, when you come back, if you're better than the guy who's starting, you play. If you come back and you're not, then you don't.
I agree.
This is about playing this, and you're supposed to accept your role for the team. It's not supposed to be about individuals. So I think this is actually smarter.
Right.
Okay. Because Kevin Cobb cannot, even though Vic.
Yeah.
Yesterday, as part of one of the shows, they actually showed Kevin Cobb because they were doing with highlight quarterbacks from different universities. Right. And they showed some of his college stuff. I didn't know he was all like that.
He's good. No, the man is good.
I didn't know he was all like, but on they showed some of his clips. That was some.
Right.
Yeah.
I look at it this way, Mar. Look, when you look at cats that are evaluating the game from the perspective of journalism, they're middle-aged, older cats, but the fans want to see excitement. And when you get to see immediate look.
How about just winning? This is a better chance to win.
If I was a business person and looking at Philadelphia, I'm saying right now you guys have no defense. So it doesn't matter how much offense if you don't have the defense to win the game. But in lieu of that, I got merchandising, I got excitement on the field. What do people want to see? And I'm going to say this. Is Philadelphia in your top 10 far as being a chance to go to the Super Bowl? But
wait, first of all, are you saying that they did this as a PR move?
No.
Because I'm about to say, because I'm not sure. I think he just did it because he wants to win.
Yeah, and I'm saying to win means that you have to win with what you have at hand. Remove Cobb and remove Vic from the equation as it relates to, that's the offense. Does Philadelphia have a defense?
They're weak. They're showing, like a lot of the teams we said, they show cracks everywhere. Right. On the other hand, they're not terrible. So, so it's hard for me to judge Vic kind of this year so far. Right. This season is so crazy. I just can't make a good judgment of who they are just yet because all the teams have shown that they have been chameleons to some extent. Right. That's all I'm saying. So I don't know yet with the Philadelphia Eagles, but I know one thing. Right. The vibe of the whole team changed when Vic took the helm.
And remember,
that you cannot
can't trade off that.
You can't trade off
what
that.
What they do is it's those intangibles you have. You know, it's like Alex Smith being in San Francisco, and when they went up against New Orleans, they know he's a quarterback. He got talent, but when he used his legs, you couldn't help but see what he did.
Here's what I bet you happened too.
What?
Remember, Andy Reid made the statement last week. You know, over the weekend, no matter what, at the end of the game.
Right.
But what happens after the games? You go watch films, right?
Yes.
So you go get your coffee, some donuts,
right,
and you got some hours of work with the staff, right? This is some regular routine of yours.
Right.
Now, after you done watched a few hours of the last game with Vic, and ate like 6 donuts,
right,
couple of cheeseburgers, maybe some fries, onion rings, large vanilla shake.
Yeah, all those things.
Because Andy Reid's a big boy. But anyway, at the end of that, Vic, he had changed his mind. I bet you that's what happened. I bet you when you sat and really reviewed the stuff with your assistants, you had to say, well, shit. Right. I mean, I'm not stupid, okay?
Right. I say this.
Okay.
Most people go like, I don't really listen to the journalists as much. I'm in kind of in awe of them saying, here's the right thing to do. I said, but I guarantee you the organization's polling the fans. And the fans are
that's different. See, that's why I asked you where you're saying that. No, the owner and the organization polls the fans, but I am inclined to believe that his decision on who's playing quarterback is based on that. But now, let me just tell you that, but even though you know they're pro, it's just like if this was Dallas, Jerry Jones, very public person, doesn't like to go out in public and have to be, you know. So we know that there are owners who impact the coach.
I agree.
But that's why I asked you, because you keep bringing that point up.
Yes, I know.
So I'm sure that the public may want, but I'm not sure that has anything to do with Andy Reid's decision.
I'm going to say this. How long did it take to evaluate the gameplay on Sunday of Vic, and why did it take till Wednesday or
No, it took Tuesday night. That meant the decision was made Monday or Tuesday. All right,
I'm saying.
But it didn't take any time. In other words, okay, if they played on Sunday, right?
Right.
When did they played in Philly? Was it in Philly? Where did they play? I can't remember. Well, either way, sometimes you get a day off or half a day. So, it was almost immediate.
Right.
They went to work like Monday or Tuesday.
Right.
Must have been Monday, probably, the coaches.
Yeah.
So, it almost, I told you, my theory would be once they actually had to sit with that machine and go over those film and look at their data, because when you and I look at data,
right,
and you know how data can make you reassess things. You could have one impression till you look at some numbers.
Right.
And then you change your mind.
And look, most people don't want it. Popularity in football does count. Watch this. Let a quarterback continuously get booed. All right? And everybody will say, well, no, he's the best talented quarterback because of what we believe he can do and what he's shown in practice. I said, let them get booed for a while and watch how long the reaction takes to adjust. So I always say,
well, that's because that affects the teams too now. That really affects the
I know
team.
that. So, pretend like we are in the mind of Kevin Cobb, and we're going to try to figure out what's going through his mind right now.
I don't know what's going through his mind.
Well, let's see if you do a good job, because you know what? You're in the mind
He's going, woe is me.
Wait a minute. You're in the mind of children who are assholes. I said that, didn't I? Okay, we're going to
Well, Kevin Cobb's thing is...
Wait a minute. I already got it. All right. Here it is.
What? You got it?
I'm giving you...
Oh, okay.
Here it is. What is going through Kevin Cobb's mind? The players support me starting instead of Vic. Is that in his mind?
No.
Okay. Coach said I was the starting quarterback, and that's not cool that Vic is.
No.
Okay. I'll be starting QB once Vic has a bad game.
Close.
All right.
You forgot the thing. I'll be starting quarterback once they knock the shit out of it.
You can't say
I'm just saying, yes, here's everybody's fear. Me too. And I love to watch him play.
Right.
But Vic, you have two groups of fans.
Right.
Those who totally believe he can always pull it off.
Right.
And those who think one day, somebody's you just know they're going to level his ass.
Right.
And I'm just one of the people I'm always thinking he's going to get blown. If he's my quarterback, Vic,
I know.
I need to have a strong set backup quarterback. Because even when you want him to play, but you just swear they're going to draw a bead on him.
Well, I'm going to say this.
Ray Lewis is going to knock the stuff out of him one day.
He is who we thought he was or thought he is. I mean, it's not a surprise who Vic is. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that all of a sudden he's going to be this unbelievable quarterback. So just continue on.
Right.
The fans are mostly on my side, Cobb, and want me to start after next Sunday's game.
No.
Okay. I can't run like Vic. It's not fair. Coach broke his promise.
Yeah, he might think a little of that.
Okay.
But it wasn't a promise. And this is pro football. And if you believe in promises, then you must believe in the tooth fairy.
Okay.
And the Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, and a bunch of other stuff.
When you start saying fairies in programs, it has to have a little bit more bite.
It's how you spell it. When you spell it F-A-E-R-I-E-S as opposed to F.
Forget it. Just stop. When you hesitate, drop it.
F-A-I-R-Y. Which fairy are you?
Okay.
I mean, which kind of fairy?
All right. And
there's the fairy that carries cars. F-E-R-R-Y.
And remember, they're
Daddy
agents.
fairy.
Agents represent all these athletes. So here's the one I believe has been thrusted on the table. Might as well prepare to demand a trade. Kevin Cobb.
No.
All right. So where do you think out of all those, which one is the most likely?
The closest that the one that I did the variation. I'll be the starting quarterback once Vic has a bad game.
Okay.
Because it's not so much that he has a bad game. You need I just said, I'm really strong. To me, when you have Vic,
right,
you absolutely must have a strong second-string quarterback because you never know, to me, when Vic is going to get hurt.
Now, here's the position.
Now, of course, you could say, I'm just paranoid when you run the ball like that.
I'm just telling you what's happening right now, and it's a long-term journey. Is Vic better than Donovan McNabb?
No.
Okay, now when you exercise the organization's goal is to move Donovan out in place of Cobb.
Because you can't run you can't run an organized offense with Vic the same. You can't. You have to make it run around his skills.
The part I was saying is when a move like this is made, and somebody used a great analogy on this or comparison. They said, imagine Vic doesn't have a bad game. Donovan is already out at Washington. We already know Vic is not better than Donovan, and Cobb is not better than Donovan.
I don't even like to say it like that.
Well,
they are different. He has the potential to be better.
They're talking about produce on the field.
Vic. If he has Vic, see this Vic. There's Vic and there's Vic. Victor Allen. It's a consistency issue, right?
He hasn't shown it yet.
That's what I'm saying with Vic. We haven't seen the consistency to play to lead a disciplined offense. That means that mostly you're going with his run and gun.
I agree.
That's the issue.
That's not the question. The question is if Vic performs, whether he's not running or not, to expectations for the remainder of the year, what does the mind of Kevin Cobb is thinking right? What will he do from this point on? Because
he's a backup quarterback.
So he's a backup. So he's been already in the organization for 3 years.
Yeah.
He's got his stage of play. Vic is already performing, so he's going to wait till next year to be a backup.
Yeah.
Oh, the agent didn't sign him on that contract for that?
Well, that doesn't make any difference. Get over it. Okay. You're a backup quarterback. You don't, and one can make the argument that no matter where you go, you're going to be a backup.
Okay.
So I don't know what his point. I mean, if he's saying that,
it's the mind.
Then I would go like, well, okay, go have lunch with Matt Leinart because he feels the same way.
Well, yeah,
and he's not even a backup.
Right,
he's third. So keep your bad attitude, and in a minute, you're not even backup.
Right,
you're third string.
Right. See, the part I'm saying is if you want to have a quarterback competition, you can think of other quarterbacks.
Send it to Chicago.